saw in Jim's graphics there, how it was kind of bouncing around on the ground. Yeah, you could hear it too. That was the sleet bouncing around. Where freezing rain falls as rain, and it's not a thick enough layer to freeze that rain again. And so it just coats everything and freezes on contact. And that's where you get the icing, and that's when you run into problems. The one positive is this thing is moving very quickly. So I don't know that we're going to have this huge freezing rain issue, but I would really watch out, because all you even need is the slightest glaze to cause problems on the highways. A trace to 0.2 of an inch, that's where you're going to have some, spotty power outages, and then it gets worse from there. We don't expect it to be, worse than the spotty power outages, but the real issue is the roads with just that light glaze can have cars spinning and, cause and running into accidents. Otherwise, here are your winter storm advisories. They stretch from northern Georgia all the way up into the northeast. Our system is going to be coming in as we head overnight Friday into early Saturday morning. That pink, there's your freezing rain. You got some mix, you got some snow. But as I mentioned, we are going to see it change over to rain fairly quickly. So that's good. It's not like we're just going to sit there and have freezing rain pump out in this area. Snow into the northeast. And again, we're going to kind of get gypped here in that DC, Philly, New York corridor. I do think we'll get some snow into Boston, though. Maybe a little bit on the backside of the system into some of the bigger cities there for us. And then it clears out. So here's another way to look at the precipitation, whether it's snow, sleet, or freezing rain, or rain, just like Jim was showing you there with our graphics. Here is the atmosphere. You have to remember the atmosphere is like a hamburger, and that's why Jim was showing you all the different layers. And you can have different temperatures in those layers as you go up, and that's going to mean different precipitation. So with rain, obviously the whole thing is warm. When it comes to freezing rain, you're warm up here. That's that warm nose Jim was talking about, and it's cold right at the surface, so the rain freezes on contact. Obviously, as you get into more frozen precip, our colder layer gets a lot thicker.
Snow.
But we do have super big winds with Finn, and we could have just enough pocket of cold air for some snow and blizzard conditions with this one. There is the energy with Finn still spinning, by the way, off the Pacific coast. It will dive through the west, make its way through the plains and into the Midwest and Northeast. This one is much bigger than our current storm, and it's much more intense than our current storm. There's just enough cold air coming down in the west and into the plains, while ahead of that, we actually could see a pretty decent severe weather threat here on the east side of this system for us. And notice those white lines, isobars, lines of equal pressure. The closer they are together, the windier it is. And that is going to be what we'll see when this starts cranking on Monday. Notice our winds here. They're going to jump up to 40, 50 miles an hour. So there could be blizzard conditions for some of us. And then this heads into the Midwest for our Tuesday and our Wednesday. So it's going to be a Monday,